Hi there, soul friend. My name is David McLeod, and I am your life mastery coach and a senior partner at the Wellness Universe. I'm also the author of the book, A Life to Die For, and one of the co-authors of the best-selling series, The Wellness Universe Guide to Complete Self-Care. Welcome to episode 27 of Life Mastery Soul Memos, my monthly series aimed at helping you to expand and magnify your life, one simple idea at a time. Today's topic title is Compassion for the Ego Mind. As someone who is on a self-declared path of enlightenment and transcendence, I occasionally find myself struggling with a stubborn and sometimes out-of-control ego mind. Even though I have many beautiful moments of bliss and peace, there are still times when my ego mind gets the better of me, and that sense of peace vaporizes into a puff of quickly disappearing mist. Perhaps you've had experiences like this in your own life. When this happens for me, I notice just how fearful and judgmental my ego mind can be. And even though I don't often voice my fears or judgments out loud, they still seem to be pretty intense in my mental awareness. As I have learned in my deep studies of the psyche, particularly in the area of psychic shadow, the ego mind is not actually bad. It just engages in dysfunctional and sometimes destructive beliefs and actions as a response to its own internal escalated levels of fear. The ego mind sees itself as separate from the rest of reality. It imagines that resources are available in only finite quantities. So all of the things it imagines it needs are in short supply. The ego mind also believes that everyone else is in competition for those scarce resources, and therefore it needs to fight for its fair share of them. I'm sure you can see the progression and maybe even comprehend why the world is in the state it is in. Sooner or later, the ego mind begins to see all other beings as enemies, and that they are out to take away what the ego mind thinks it needs right now. Consequently, the ego mind sets up powerful defenses to protect its supply, and may even hoard things to ensure that they never run out. These defensive measures can start out gentle enough, but eventually they grow to actually become offensive measures instead. The ego mind becomes preemptive in its behavior, using shame and guilt to manipulate people, making false or exaggerated statements about others, or even motivating physical actions within you, such as lying, cheating, stealing, or even physically attacking, or heaven forbid, killing others. Sounds pretty bad, doesn't it? Well, the consequences of allowing an ego mind to run rampant can indeed be very unpleasant, as we all see in the world around us almost every day. When the highly activated ego mind of one person interacts with a similarly activated ego mind in someone else, sparks can truly fly, and they often do. But as you probably already realize, it can get much worse. For example, when the ego mind of one group of people becomes synchronized with a common fear-based belief system against another group of people with an opposing belief system, things can escalate quickly. This is when wars can happen, and the results can be extremely grim for both sides of the conflict. Deep down inside, most of us have no desire to create these kinds of outcomes. In fact, I would say that virtually all people, at least those who are in a reasonably good state of mental health, would prefer to create love and peace and happiness in the world. However, because we all have ego minds, we all have the potential to get into situations where our ego minds run the show of our lives. And so we can end up creating these negative results anyway. On some level, it seems inevitable, as if we are stuck in an unwinnable situation. But the truth is that we do have the capacity to control our ego mind rather than being its slave. Assuming that you are a healthy, high-functioning individual who is motivated to improve your life, you can make a difference and learn to tame your ego mind to the point where it becomes an ally in your life, like a friend who can support you in all of the aspects of your physical nature. I have shared in many other venues a pretty simple technique I use that helps me to recover when my ego mind seems to be escalating out of control. It's not a question of silencing or shutting down the ego mind, but rather of coming from a place of compassion and understanding. When my ego mind starts to get agitated, it takes on the energy of a young child that is having a temper tantrum. In my mental awareness, it's as if my inner little boy is reacting out of fear and is trying to protect itself against whatever dark monster it might be imagining. Rather than trying to stop my ego mind from getting agitated, I pause and pay attention. I know it may sound a little counterintuitive, but it really works for me. I'll retreat to a quiet, safe space and sit down and imagine that my little boy ego mind is sitting across from me. Then I'll begin a loving interview process with him, as if I were an ideal parent just listening to a frantic child. As I listen to my ego mind's concerns, I try to maintain a neutral perspective, just hearing everything without any judgments or criticisms. If something doesn't make sense to me, I'll reflect back what I've heard and maybe ask some questions to gain clarity. Invariably, when I do this for myself, I find that my ego mind tends to calm down on its own, and I feel a sense of inner peace returning to me. In addition, I also get a deeper understanding of what my ego mind has been concerned about, and we can work together to find a solution to the problem, whatever it might be. It's really quite an amazing and powerful process, and all it relies on is bringing compassion to the situation. By having a compassionate conversation with my ego mind in this way, I find that I can befriend it rather than worrying about it taking control and causing a lot of damage. There's another beneficial side effect to this. The more compassionate and loving I can be toward my ego mind, the less judgmental and critical I am about myself. And as I reduce my self-judgment, I tend to be more loving, forgiving, and open. Not only with myself, but also with other people. It's a win-win-win all the way around. Remember, we all have ego minds, and we are all subject to our own internal programming and conditioning. The more compassion you can bring to your own ego mind and to yourself, the greater your level of understanding and the more you reduce judgment. And as you understand, you recognize that everyone else is operating according to their internal programming and conditioning, just like you. So if you think about it, what is there to judge, really? Let compassion soften your heart. Just a quick reminder about my year-long program on the Wellness Universe Lounge called Grateful at Last, a guided tour to life's greatest gift. Lessons are offered on the third Thursday of the month at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I invite you to come join me as I guide you on a journey through 12 critical waypoints that will help you understand, develop, and practice the skills that will help you to create and live the life of your deepest heart's desire. You can find out more details and register on the Wellness Universe Lounge. The website address is https://bit.ly/grateful-at-last. Also, if you are looking for articles, videos, and other powerful content that can help you to improve your life, please check out my website at yourlifemasterycoach.com. Grab a copy of an ebook right there from the front page and sign up for a free account so you can get access to everything I offer. That's it for today, my friend. If you find yourself challenged by an agitated ego mind, try to keep yourself calm and open and allow yourself to bring a compassionate conversation where you can listen without judgment to what your ego mind is trying to tell you. Learn from the exchange and bring unconditional love to a part of you that is just doing its very best to keep you safe. The more you do this, the more you will see compassion growing everywhere in your life. Until we meet again, I wish you love, light, and blessings on your journey. I'll see you next time right here on Life Mastery Soul Memos. Bye-bye for now.